Hey guys, so today we're going to look at automating tasks in Windows. As you know, one of the most important things that an administrator does is create and modify log files for different events that occur in no computer operating system, in this case Windows. These can be things like users logging on, logging off, users accessing certain programs, pretty much anything that you can do on a computer can trigger an event. And when an event is triggered, it's very easily to capture that trigger and create a log file. So today we're just going to create a trigger for an event when the computer, when a user rather, logs on. And we're going to just basically write out to a log file user logged on or something along those lines. So that's going to be the mission for today. Let's go ahead and go to the desktop. All right, so as you can see, I've already saved my batch file as batch1_4. And so now let's go ahead and add the code. As always, the first line of code we want is to turn off the echo command. So we're going to say @echo off. The next thing we want to do is declare a variable because we're going to put in today's date into our log. So to declare a variable in a batch file, you use the set command. And we're going to say today equal to date, because that's the command we used the other day to bring up the current day. And so we've set that into the variable called today. And now we're going to echo that oops, I don't want that capital S. And we're going to put in that variable. All right. Notice I surrounded my variables with percent signs. That's what those are, by the way. And also my commands in percent signs. When we're assigning a variable or when we're printing out a variable, that is what we want to do. So what we're going to do now, ordinarily we don't want this command to run visibly. We want it to just run in the background. But for testing purposes, we're going to pause it so that we can see if it's running or not. So let's go ahead and save it. And let's run it. Okay, so it says user logged on Wednesday, March 27, 2024. Press any key to continue. That's the pause command. So we'll press a key, and apparently that's what we want. But we don't want that to print out to a. We don't want it to print out to a command prompt. We want it to print out to a text file. So we're going to say C:\batch file, or batch code rather. Sorry. And we're going to call it user log.txt. So we want it to create this text file if it's not there, and if it is there, we want it to keep using it. And so we're just going to add in user logged on today, user logged on today, and every time the user logs on, it will write this into the text file, and then we can go back and see when the user is logging on. So let's save it and let's run it for a test. And now we've taken the pause off, so it shouldn't show up in the screen. It should just boop, and it ran. And we know it ran because there's our user log.txt file. And sure enough, user logged on Wednesday 27, 2004. And because we use the double percent sign, it should continue to append text to the end of that file rather than replacing it. So let's see. Boop, and it ran again, and it's still, we have our file there. And now our user has logged on twice. So from now on, we have a working log. Every time the user logs on, the very first thing that this computer will do will write when they logged on, the date, to that text file, and so then we can go back and look. And ordinarily you would do this to a text file on a network. rather than on the computer locally, so that you would go to the server and open that text file there, and that's how you would be able to tell what days the users are logging on and what days they're not. So we have a functional log file now. All we have to do now is we need to automate it. So let's go ahead and the program that we're going to use to automate this is called Task Scheduler, and it is built scheduler, pardon me, and it's built into Windows. All Windows have this program. So we're just going to hit the start button. We're going to type in Task Scheduler, and there it is. Okay, you can use Task Scheduler to create common tasks that your computer can carry out automatically, and that is what we want to happen. So what we're going to do is create a basic task, and we're going to call this one User Login. This task writes to a log file every time the user logs in. Okay? And when you want this task to start, it can be weekly, monthly, daily, one time when the computer starts, when I log on, etc. When I log on. So every time I log on, I want this thing to run. Now, specific event is logged, and there's another screen that pops up, and the whole other list of possibilities are shown here. But I just want it to do when I log on. And I want it to start a program. And the program that I want it to start is batch1_4. So whenever I log on, this program should run, and it should log me in, or it should put that log entry into my text file. Don't need to add any arguments. Don't need to add any start in, optional, anything like that. Okay, I just need to check it over at log on. Starts the program, that batch file, and that should take care of it. So now I'm going to hit finish. I don't want to go and log off and log back on and start the recording over again. So it'll be easier for to just test it. You can test these tasks by using the run button down here on the side. So you can test that. And right now I've got 2 entries in that log. When I hit run, it ran. You can tell because the screen jiggled. And now if I go into there, I should have 3. And so I do. And so I do. All right, so we have created a functional log file, and it actually has a purpose. It logs on, or it logs in the date that the user logs in. So any time from now on, whenever I start my computer up in the morning, I should have a long line of dates that says user logged in 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and so on. So that's actually a file that an administrator would use. A lot of what administrators do is log files, is keeping up with tasks and making sure that things are working like they're supposed to, troubleshooting, and a lot of times automating a log based on a trigger will make that a lot easier. So that's what we've done today. All right, if you have any questions, make sure you get this assignment done. If you have any questions, I can be reached through the Canvas inbox, or my office hours are 8 to 5. I'm located 2nd floor of the library by the back steps, or you can reach me at whiter@grayson.edu. So get the assignment done. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a good day.